Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and
10 pounds lighter Brad.
I just got done cutting his hair. That's why he said he was 10 pounds lighter. It is December 19th, 2016, Monday evening. It is 5:55 p.m. And what is weather like, Mr. Heide?
Before I go into the weather.
Okay, Brad.
Okay. One of the things that I was kind of laughing about, but you can't move when somebody's doing your hair because then they might have a slip up, is I think you took more hair off my face than you did off my head.
Oh, no.
No.
I took a lot of hair off of everywhere.
Yeah.
Off of your head in total is probably half his body weight. Okay. Not that you have the biggest head in the world, but
close to it.
Anyway, what's the weather like?
The weather in PANACEA, Florida is an absolute frigid 55 degrees.
Woo-wee.
The high for today was 60. The low projected is 51. The real feel is 46 degrees.
Woo, I knew it was cold.
Yeah, and it kind of spitted rain. Spitted? Yeah.
It spitted.
It spit rain a little bit on us today, and I will let you go into the rest of that stuff. Okay, back to you.
So
back
yesterday,
to the news desk, Teresa.
Yesterday, Brad worked. Of course, you guys know that. And I just kind of relaxed, did the dishes. After, I did lay down for an hour when he went to work, and then I did dishes. And then I just kind of loomed, watched TV, watched some videos. I picked up a bunch of new subscribers, so welcome to my channel, our channel. Mainly my channel, because, somebody has to keep me in a life of luxury. That would be Mr. Heide.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I'm working on the show. Y'all. And I'm about halfway to the halfway point. Now, this is wider than it seems because it is on one whole side and most of the other side, so it's curled over. So, and so, like I said, I'm about halfway. It's gonna be long, which is what I wanted. I know somebody asked if it was gonna be on Etsy. I don't know, but contact me when I'm done, and you know who you are. And I probably have enough yarn, and you can always order one. I think I'll have enough yarn left to do another one, so the same kind.
And what about the slippers?
This would not make good, in my opinion, because this is not thick yarn at all. It's pretty thin, even though it says it's a 4. It is pretty thin, and it also is not machine washable. This has to be hand washed and then laid out flat to dry, because it does have, it's 65% acrylic and 35% wool. It is not itchy or anything at all, but it is, 35% wool. So, in my opinion, this would not make good, and it just would not wear well. It would not wear well. So, you want a thicker yarn, and I have some thicker yarn for that if you're wanting to order another pair of slippers. But anyway, so I worked on that, and it was just kind of a low-key night. I was feeling kind of lonely, but I get that way when Brad's been working a lot, and this was his Friday, or basically his Saturday, because he's been still working 6 days a week right now. And he had today off, which was so nice. And after we got up and woke up a little bit, ate a quick lunch, then we went for a long drive, and then we went to Alligator Point, which is up over the bridge. And then we decided to take the, quote, unknown road. And sometimes that can give you the best results, and today it certainly did. we had the 2 big dogs with us. We left little Missy Mama at home because she's just getting a little too old to really be trekking that much. And she liked to slip her collar. And we weren't sure where we really were going to go. We went down this road and we found the most lovely little beach that used to be a boat ramp area. Or a boat. It used to be, I think there used to be a boat ramp there.
Yeah, it did. Well, it said a public boat ramp.
Yeah. But nobody used it anymore. And it wasn't real far to walk down to the beach, which was nice for me. The 2 new leashes, those worked out well for the dogs. They did.
I know they did, but it was what I was laughing at is remember when Charlie got excited and took off and just about pulled my arm out of the socket.
I about pulled my arm out of the socket.
Yeah.
So I was walking Charlie initially, and Brad was walking Nixie. Because believe it or not, she can be a little harder to control than the Mastiff. And they were frolicking and they were running through the water, well, Charlie was, and chasing each other and playing, and they needed that exercise, and I did really well walking. And I only had to stop once and sit and rest, and it was not because of me being tired, it was because of my asthma. But it was a nice, cooler day out. We were watching the crabs in the water. We were watching, the waves come in, or not big waves, just, it was pretty sedate.
Yeah.
Today, but it was just the sea air, and it was just kind of an overcast day. It was a beautiful day out to be doing that. So I was really, and that gives me goals to keep working toward, because when you have good days, when you have different forms of arthritis, or fibromyalgia, or neuropathy like Brad does, or back problems, or anything like that, maybe you have hip problems or knee problems. When you have those days where you're able to do more, you really, really are grateful. And that was one of the days. And it also gives me hope that now that they've started me on medication and stuff, that I can keep improving and stuff. And that's going to be our goal. I told Brad if we could even go 3 times a week, to different areas, just so I can get out and walk around. Yeah, I could walk here. And we may do that sometime. But sometimes it's nice to go someplace else and walk around. And the dogs love it, and then they're much happier, and I'm happier, because it does get old being sitting in an RV while your husband's at work and stuff. Does get very old. I only have really one friend, here in the area, and yes, she lives next door, but this time of year and stuff, she's busy with family and stuff, of course, which is normal, and has her own life, so you get a little lonely, and the days get a little long, because who I really want to spend the time with anyway is Brad. So we're not shoppers and stuff, so and we both love nature, so this is why we moved here, and this is what we really enjoy. So it gets me excited. What about you?
It's we lived in Wyoming for so long that areas that so many people will say, oh, that's so beautiful. You get kind of blasé about it because you look at it so much.
Well, it's not only that. It's if you're into cold weather and cold weather sports, ice fishing, snowmobiling, skiing, all of that is wonderful. But if you're not, most of the year you are stuck, just indoors. So, I really enjoy that, and excited about it and stuff, and all of that good stuff. So, that's why we moved here, so we could enjoy the weather. Woo! Look at it.
You got wild hair.
Woo! So anyway, now that you guys are like, wow. Came home and laid down, took naps. That's why my hair is such a mess.
You did.
And, okay, Brad didn't get to. Even though I was going to say the dogs were tired and stuff, no, they missed him so much too. They're just all over Brad today, big time. Right, hon?
Well, and they've been weird today.
They have been. I don't know if I think it must be the weather.
Yeah, I've been hearing thunder.
Have
so
you?
I don't know if that's what's kind of freaking them out or what it is, but yeah, they've really been on edge.
That is weird. Basically, Nick's been really super. You know, it rained and rained last night. We got a good soak. And my plants are still doing great outside. I need to make sure that the tomatoes are pollinated, though.
Okay.
We have to take a little brush and inside each little bloom.
Okay.
You know, and then after we got up from naps, I just got done cutting Brad's hair. And trimming his beard and all that. Making 2 eyebrows out of 1. And trimming the eyebrows. Men, don't forget to trim your eyebrows as you get older, because them mofos get long and they take on a whole life of themselves. You know, you need to be doing something with them eyebrows. You don't need to go through all of what we women do, but you need to, when you go to your barber or whoever does your hair, have them trim up them eyebrows so they're not so long. You know, Brad likes to torment me with his eyebrows, you guys. He'll if they're getting long and stuff, he'll start messing with them and start, they make them all stand up. He knows it just freaks me out. So anyway, that's all we've done. We're getting ready to cook dinner here in a few minutes. I guess I'm making breaded pork chops, and you're gonna pound the meat though. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it really did.
He's gonna tenderize the meat, but I'm gonna make breaded pork chop. And what else are you making with it? You're supposed to be cooking tonight. I'm tired of cooking.
Sweetie, I will cook then.
Okay, I'm tired of cooking every night or every day.
Either one.
You all right there?
Yeah. I am.
There's a Prevelo right there. Do you need it?
Yes.
Do you need a drink of my coffee?
Please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, but anyway, yeah, we're just gonna make dinner and just relax the rest of the evening, right?
Well, I gotta be at work early in the morning.
Yeah, he's got to be to work at 7 in the morning, so. But it's not a real long shift, so that's good.
It's only 4 hours. I think it's 7.
No. Recount your hours.
Oh, I guess it's 6 hours, isn't it?
Okay. It's deceiving, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 6. It's not
7 to 11 is 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yep. Hey, Nixie, could you quit with the slurping liches on the butt? Wow, she must have a glistening butthole. It's all about the butts with us anymore, you guys know. Butt this, butt that. Wow. You know, when your animal is slurping in their bottom region, and it's just the most disgusting sound. And you're like, it's like a horror. It's like that car wreck, just so awful. But you keep looking, and you just keep hearing it, and it's just like, oh God. What?
Nothing. Didn't say a word.
And you guys knows I'm a little quieter than normal on Facebook and social media. Don't think anything of it. If it bothers you, then I guess, you just have to get rid of me or something. I tend to get a little quieter, starting this week, the week before Christmas and the week after. And then when all the hubbub of Christmas is over with, I will return to my normal, even stranger self. Don't agree, Brad Heide.
What?
But I do have a tendency to get a little quieter. And, it's just the way it is. I'm ready for Christmas to be over with already. But on that note, I got some more Christmas cards. Thank you very much. We've gotten so many beautiful Christmas cards this year, so thank you. You know, there's just way too many to name off. I should have started earlier, you know, naming everybody off. But I didn't want, if somebody didn't, reason I didn't is if somebody didn't send a Christmas card, I didn't want them to feel bad. So, but we sure do enjoy them, you know. So, you got anything else to say? What's your topic for today?
Mike? Oh, wait a minute. Why are you putting me on the spot?
Because why not?
Well, because I don't have anything intelligent to say.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The joy of having two eyebrows instead of one.
Oh, man.
I made him a little wider than normal.
Why?
Because that's just the width of the of the shaver.
Yeah.
So that's how wide they are.
Well, you can chime in on this because one of the things I'm seeing in the store is instead with the general public coming in, instead of the relative even keel emotionally, I'm seeing the extremes. I'm seeing the people who are usually relative.
Why is that why I was feeling that way today?
Yeah, and you see these people that are normally in a relatively good mood. They're coming in and they're being grouchy and bitchy and grumpy and whatever you want to use. And then you're seeing people that are just off the wall, so freaking happy. You wonder what kind of drugs they're doing.
Really?
And it's this time of year. There is I know you probably said it, that suicide rate is highest right around the holidays.
Yeah, it is.
Running the liquor store. One epiphany I had fairly early is, I thought people were coming in buying all this alcohol so they could celebrate with their families. No, they're buying all this alcohol so they can put up with their families.
Or if they're alone, so they can kind of numb out the pain.
Kind of cope with it. So, right now, we all have to be very mindful of these people that either don't have anybody or they have to play the silly ass games with their family. There's a lot of high emotions this time of year. A lot of people get really really down, really depressed. Before I met you, I got tired of the BS with the families, so I would go fishing on Christmas Day. Well,
I told them that's why we're doing this, starting this tradition of going fishing on Christmas Day. Because
and it's easy to get this time of year. It's easy to get depressed over the holidays. And then on top of that, the people that live in the Great White North or the warm weather or the cold weather states, whichever you prefer, a lot of people start getting a little bit of cabin fever. And I mean, there's
I've been fighting a little bit of that, even though we don't live in a cold weather state, because I did live in a cold weather state for so long, and I have a chance to still treat it like that, and I have to keep. That's why it's important that I keep getting out to remind myself that I don't live in a cold weather state. But, I think everybody needs to remember that it's just one day a year or a couple of days out of the year. It's not that big of a thing. Like I said, I think there's way too much hubbub all about Christmas anyway, and I'm ready. I'm tired of seeing the Christmas crap already.
And
it's not that I hated it, but it's just overwhelming.
And there's so much media blitz about,
that's what I mean.
If you love your wife, you're going to buy her this $10,000 diamond, or if you love your wife, you're going to buy her this brand new car, or, if you love your kids, you're going to buy them this $1,000 game system, I mean, there's so much of that going on, and, one of my absolute favorite Christmases was the first one we were together, and we only had like $20 to spend on the whole family for Christmas, and you and I, we made those toy boxes, or I made them and you painted them, and you know, it was just
Brad and his best friend used to do woodworking. And so they had sheets of what kind of plywood was it?
it was well, actually, it was we found those sheets of plywood
Okay,
in
but
that
what
house.
kind was it?
It was 3/4 inch plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and I went over with him, and they went over into his friend's parents' garage and cut all the stuff out, and because they used to design their own clocks and furniture and all that, and then I painted them, and the kids still, our daughters still have those, and because they were well built, and they were doll houses. The outside of them was like a house and stuff with the roof and everything. So.
And what was cool is you know, like you painted a street sign and you know, you did
their birthdays,
and you know, it was our oldest daughter's name, street, and then our youngest daughter's name, and then street.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you painted windows, and one of them, I think you painted a cow looking out the window or something like that.
A frog.
Oh, was that a frog? Yeah, you know, but you know, to me, I mean, we were pretty broke, and we didn't have a whole lot of money, but it was still such a neat.
I mean, they were small enough we could still get away with getting like a few coloring books and some crayons and like the real cheap Barbies and stuff, and they were happy. And yeah, it was a great Christmas though. I mean, you know, like you said, we didn't have anything, and it's not about how much you spend and you know, not about the fancy wrappings and bows and all that. And of course, Brad knows I'm not into that anyway. In fact, I refuse to wrap presents. That's why they make gift bags.
So can I name a specific song, or you just can't have that playing in the background?
Yeah, I can't have it playing in the background, but you can name it.
One of my all-time favorite songs is by, and I don't remember if it was just Kenny Loggins or if it was Loggins and Messina, was Danny's song. You know, the Carpenters, and I think
type in Danny's song and you'll.
I think he wrote that song for Kenny Loggins wrote it for his brother, and it's just you know, the Carpenters did a version, but I think Kenny Loggins singing it, you know. He did such an incredible job.
So there you have that. Like I said, if I'm a little quieter and stuff, I'm trying to, you know, be a little more engaged on Facebook. But you know, don't take it personal if I haven't responded to your post or anything. Just, you know, this time of year people are busy, or maybe people are just kind of backing away. And if it gets to be a little overwhelming and I need to just kind of, you know, maybe I'm feeling emotional or something, I just kind of stay away a little bit. So, you know, don't take it personal, you know. I mean, it's not you or anything. It's not that I'm ignoring you or don't care about you or anything. I just, you know, like I said before, the best way is to message me or text me if you know, or email me. My email address is always below, and you know, so all that works, right, hon?
Right, baby.
What you doing?
Miss Nixie.
Oh, she wants out again. Oh, he's getting winterized. He's putting on his our Dickie, you know, and
my fur-lined clots.
Fur-lined clots.
Fur-lined Crocs. Sorry, we gotta call it by the right name.
You are cold.
I am.
So, because Miss Nixie went outside again. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. And remember that I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship. And I think you guys are awesome. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.